Back to On Target here on VOCM. Richard Duggan filling in for Linda Swain today. And my guest on today's edition of On Target is Dr. Janine Hubbard. She's a registered psychologist and co-president of the Association of Psychology Newfoundland and Labrador. And before the break, we were talking about children over the summer and addressing issues around boredom, around too much screen time. And I wanted to jump back to that for just a quick second. And, what are some indicators that parents should be looking for that may indicate that their kids are having too much screen time?
Again, it is a balance, and I think it's a question of are they partly differentiating because there's so many different types of screen time, and we tend to lump it all into one category. Is it that they're spending time whether it's Snapchatting or finding other ways where it's actual social communication? Is it that they are learning some new skills or tools watching YouTube videos? Is it that they're finding some downtime either by playing some video games or, surfing the web? Like, is it being used as kind of a relaxation or a distraction activity? Or is it being used to combat boredom? And sometimes that's tough to try to figure out, but trying to strike that balance and having a conversation as young as possible, but starting those conversations along the way in terms of what are you up to? Show me what you're looking at. That's a really cool video. Can I watch it with you? So that it's not a solitary activity. You might not be very good at the video game, but if your kid can spend some time trying to teach you how to play it and laughing at you as you stumble your way through it, it suddenly becomes a shared, enjoyed activity, and it gives you some insight into what are they up to, and getting them to explain, even if you're watching it going, I don't understand the appeal of this, I still don't understand watching the videos for hours of other people playing things like Minecraft. I don't get it myself, but I will sit down with a kid and get them to explain what it is they enjoy about it, why they enjoy. Sometimes they're learning new strategies. Sometimes they're seeing more advanced skills. Sometimes it's just because they're bored and it's kind of something to do. So engaging with them around those activities, even if, like I say, on one level you just don't get it, but it might help you to appreciate why it's something that's so important to your child.
And that just got me thinking, too, about myself and my own son. I have a 7-year-old at home, and it's the same thing. He'll be – we try to limit the screen time as much as we can, but typically for us it's, if after a long day, he's been at daycare all day or we've been out doing stuff – you can come home at the end of the day, watch your YouTube videos, that's fine. And you just got me thinking about the same thing. He will come out and, he'll want to include us in watching those videos. If he sees something funny, then, I'll hear him running out to the kitchen and it's, Daddy, come in and watch this. This is really funny. And like you said, it's sometimes I'll look at those videos and go, oh, okay, I don't I don't understand, but you think it's funny, so all right, that's great. And it's that same sort of thing. And it's true, and for me as a parent, that brings quite a bit of joy to my life, just to see him be so excited about that sort of stuff and see that he wants to include me in that.
Oh, for sure. And then you can help him develop some of those other curiosity skills by going, I wonder what else is out there related to this. And so maybe it's looking at another YouTube video. Maybe it's then looking up information, going to some websites and finding some information. Maybe it's then going on a hike and, hey, remember, that bird that we saw in that video? Let's go look for things. So it's then taking that interest and that skill and moving it into the outside world for them. So showing that there are many other ways to explore those interests and topics and that curiosity. So again, it's all about that balance. Nothing wrong with, end of the day, a little bit of downtime. Like I say, things like camp, things like daycare, certainly during the school year, can be really intense for a lot of people. Listen, do I go home at the end of a long day and spend a couple of minutes just sitting, whether it's, scrolling Twitter, whether it's playing around a Candy Crush, something to kind of separate and just decompress at the end of the day. Now, there's a difference between doing that for 15 or 20 minutes and then getting up and making supper versus suddenly you've been doing it for 4 hours. But understanding that for some kids, they need a little decompression time. They need a little bit of that quiet time. And for other kids, they come home at the end of the day, and what they need is to run around the yard and burn off some of that energy. So again, just knowing your child, knowing their needs, and trying to strike a balance.